In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
Mikey, tell us.
It's Thursday.
Say some stuff.
We're in kind of
It's Friday.
a wedge. It's Friday.
This
It's
is
not Thursday. It's Thursday was yesterday. What am I talking about?
This is a gaggle.
It's a gaggle. Yeah.
Which is what?
It's
a group
Friday.
of geese?
A group of geese.
Or recruiters.
Or
recruiters, apparently. It's Friday. We're in a wedge formation. There's drinks in front of us. There are sticks in our hands. John's not here, but Jazz is. What are we about to do?
Oh, we're about to masturbate, boys.
You damn right. It's time for a Freedom Friends Master Debate, solving the world's problems one mediocre topic at a time. As always, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet 15% off.
You know, I haven't gotten a long sweet from you in a while.
A sweet.
Pretty good.
Go to owellness.us for those CBD treats and needs. Currently, the freeze gel is saving my wife's life. But use Freedom Friends 25. They'll get you a quarter off your order over there. And Icy Tech coolers for those who get it. Go over to icytech.com. Use the code Freedom Friends 10. They'll get you 10% off. All those are going to be in the description, along with our affiliate code with Grow Your Ass Off. GrowYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast. We'll get you a discount there, and we'll get a little bit of cheddar cheese on the back end. So we appreciate you guys doing that. Matter of fact, heard from Murph today, the old CEO of Grow Your Ass Off, and it's working. So thank you to all you guys out there who are actually
Keep buying stuff.
utilizing that code, man. We appreciate it. And you're gonna get a quality product because everything he makes, honestly, let's be real,
It's delicious.
pretty great.
I've
man.
been selling
Yeah.
the bejesus out of his beef jerky.
Dude, it's
so good.
so good, man.
Like, and I mean, I'm ordering it like cases a week.
Yeah.
And he ships it to me in like a day.
I mean, it's just coming from right there. Cedar Park.
No, I mean like picked to ship.
Yeah.
It's like less than a day. And then yes, it comes the next day. But their turnaround times on the orders are fantastic, which
Yeah,
is great because I am definitely one of those people that waits till like I'm out and then I'm like, oh shit.
Damn it. Ugh.
Yeah.
I do that with my donkey dongs. I wait till I'm out. I'm like, shit, I need these.
It's barbecue sauce for me.
The barbecue sauce. Which one do you like?
The honey habanero.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
That's good.
freaking good, dude.
Have you had the mango habanero beef jerky?
It's fucking good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Got
you.
all that too.
It's good.
Well,
and
what
it's
do we got there?
It's
Fucking
decently hot too.
Yeah.
guy.
The mango habanero?
Well,
Yeah, it's solid.
anyways, what do you got?
All right, boys.
right, boys.
I want to know, in y'all's opinion,
Okay.
in today's world, do you think college is worth it?
No.
No.
If I can spend it, if I can make $80,000 as a plumber at $78 an hour just to get out of bed, why don't I just get certified to be a fucking plumber,
Well,
which people need?
Nowadays, a 4-year degree is the same as what used to be a high school diploma.
Yeah.
Not to mention
You know
you're
what I
going to get brainwashed and turned into a biatch.
But
As a parent, fuck no. I'm
Like-
not sending
It's
my
not
kid
just
to
that.
college.
It's also the industry that you think you're studying, and I don't care which
Yes.
one it is.
Yes.
I don't care. Hospitality, business,
Marketing.
marketing, whatever you say, like it's going to be hot. Whatever you're going to college to study is advancing so fast.
And
They-
it's being taught by somebody who's never actually
and they
been in the
can't
industry.
keep up
or
with
they
it.
haven't
Yeah.
done it in 30 years.
Well,
Yeah.
they can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
It changes so fast. Not when there's all of these ones out there that now you can get some sort of secondary cert, or you can essentially educate yourself, build a portfolio, put a website together for $12, and then pitch it to these companies, get a bunch of small clients. And before you know it, you've got these mid-level companies that are paying you to handle their social media or to handle their coding or whatever.
And you can be terrible at it and good at marketing yourself. And
Yep.
like,
Keep rolling
that's what
along.
marketing is. They
Yep.
should teach
Yep.
that.
Hands-on is way more important. So-
I've got a buddy of mine right now, prime Marine guy, that got his project management cert and all of that kind of stuff and was making good money as a GS subcontracting with handling the networks on the post here in San Antonio.
Sure.
And that contract got essentially bought out by another company. So he got switched projects. He found out he could leave, still get paid to go to this 20-week coding boot camp. He'll come out of it with the ability to code all the stuff that these guys need. Got paid to do the whole thing. Doesn't lose his PMP. So now he'll come back as a project manager with the coding experience to be able to go into software development, project management, and almost double his income
Yeah.
in less than a year.
That's literally why I'm thinking about doing my PMP on top of the MBA. Right.
Yeah.
And with Lean Six Sigma, it's like, yeah, I'm a Six Sigma green belt. I have a PMP and an MBA.
So I'm married to a PMP and nobody has ever asked her for her Lean Six stuff.
Well, you got to go through. So Six Sigma is weird, man. So because one, it's very, very specific when it comes to the project management side of the house, as far as like efficiency, but it's also like they have to be searching for Six Sigma people.
Right now, all they want is either true PMPs or Scrum Masters.
True.
Yeah.
Like but again, it's an industry that's now evolved. So all the stuff that mattered, that they're still teaching in higher education, everything's evolved on.
Yeah.
And unless higher education at this point cannot keep up with the pace of industry. It changes so fast.
What are some safe college courses? Maybe engineering.
Engineering is probably safe.
Sure, accounting really hasn't changed
Yeah.
much.
Accounting will
Like
never
you're probably
change,
safe
yeah.
there.
But you're not going to learn shit like
HR
You're not even going to learn shit in
HR stuff,
accounting.
yeah, absolutely.
Accounting's not going to teach you how to do tax code. That's what you need. It's not accounting.
Nope.
Like accounting's just can you fucking
You need baseline stuff, and then
Yeah.
you need to go get your certs into whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
regardless of what the.
But
Honestly,
you're absolutely right on the tech school thing.
Yeah.
Like you want to make big money.
Yeah.
Go be a plumber. Fucking AC.
Plumber,
Fucking,
HVAC,
Machine tool.
Go apprentice yourself. You're
learn
gonna
to
make it.
weld.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
CNC
It may
machining.
take you 4 years as an apprentice or working for somebody else, and then you're like, "Oh, I've met all these people.
It's
I can
also
go by myself."
essentially the
Yeah.
only degree that you're going to get paid for while you're earning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it may take you 4 years, right? So let's say you go to one of these welding schools,
any-
get the basics. You're
Right.
going to go make $18 to $20 an hour to journeyman somewhere for 3 or 4 years. And you're
Yeah.
going to keep getting raises. So you're going to make essentially what's $20 an hour.
and then
full
somebody is going to
time?
find you and be like, "Hey, man, I've got enough work to get you
40-something thousand a year?
or
45
whatever,
a
2
year.
years."
like
So
And
you're
then
going to make
you're gonna be
45
fucking
grand a
rolling.
year. And at the
Yeah.
end of 4 years, you're going to be a master welder.
And now you're making 80.
And now you're making
Yeah.
80 to,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
80 to 120.
and all
ish.
of these trades, you're going to learn more on the job than you will in the school.
Yeah.
And then you
Like,
learn how to
yeah.
do other stuff. Oh, I can do a little bit of this. I can do a little that. And
Well,
then
the
you
problem
become a
is though,
fucking
is that it's not
GC.
It's not fancy anymore, right? It's
Yeah.
not. It's
my
not sexy.
recommendation,
Getting your hands dirty isn't sexy anymore.
my
And
recommendation
Pays, though, Jesus.
for somebody who's like a senior in high school would be find a trade you like, go to that trade school, and then take a couple entrepreneurship classes. You don't even need to take the whole program.
Take them as electives.
Yeah,
a couple of business courses.
Take a couple business courses, like how to do a business plan, how to maybe how to manage people, maybe a basic accounting course.
Or go get your PMP.
Right?
PMP
Like-
is a hell of a good cert.
Yeah.
You
to have.
learn a couple of these things, and then you work for somebody else for 4 or 5 years, and then you fucking start your own shit.
but if you're going to do
Like-
4 years at college and be in debt,
Yeah.
or you can go work for somebody for 4 years and make
Un-
probably
unless
45
you
grand
wanna
a
work in
year.
government, go to fucking Yale, Princeton, or Harvard. Unless that's your fucking end goal and you want to just network, and that's where you're there to network. You're not there for the courses.
Yeah, but then you got to join some weird after hours cult and fucking,
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But you're
They touch your
networking.
butthole.
You're not there for fucking courses. You're there to like. I grew up in Massachusetts. Everybody's the thing is, it's
What?
like
You
it's,
did?
yeah, motherfucker,
I thought you were from Baltimore.
from fucking Virginia. It's hard to get into Harvard. It's easy to stay. So once you get in,
Yeah.
you're in. It's just like, and you network and you learn. And if you want to get into government,
So you say
that's
that,
how you do it.
but I was accepted to Yale, and my ass didn't go to fucking Yale.
But once you,
Like, I'm
once
not-
you got in,
I'm not in the skull and bones right now.
The other thing that I would recommend instead of going to college is just be born into money. It's
That's
just so much
Yeah.
Raw
easier.
bags.
Yeah.
Or fucking marry into money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
All of us sitting here, we love our wives, but it'd be a lot cooler if they were rich.
mm,
hey, my wife's my sugar mama, man. So
that's facts.
So is mine right now, but fuck. Still, it'd be a lot cooler if they were loaded. If they were just
My
like
wife's the
old
big
money
brain.
rich.
I stopped thinking.
Like if her last name was Shriver
yeah,
or Kennedy or some
something
shit, I'd be
fucking
like,
Kennedy.
eh.
Marry into one of those families where they tell you what region of family they're from. They're
Right.
like, oh, we're from the Falls Shrivers. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but nobody introduces
We're
themselves
the
that way.
Uptown Rockefellers.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Unless you just have too much money.
Right? It's like, that's like, it'd be a lot cooler if Caitlin's last name wasn't Lyman and it was Rockefeller. That's all I'm saying.
Have you been watching Ted Lasso?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you watch the last episode?
I did not.
Okay,
I'm
so
a few
there's
behind.
a character in it. This doesn't spoil anything if you like the story like I do, because it's a great show.
It's a good show.
I love the
like
show.
it. Yeah.
But the chick describes herself. She was like, I may go over the top. And she was like, but that's because I care a lot and I have get away with murder money. And I was like, holy shit, I'm changing my description. Because I used to call it fuck you money.
It's definitely get away with murder
And then
money.
they literally went, and she goes, how much money is that? What are you talking about? She was like, essentially the kind of money that everybody was affiliated with Epstein. And I was like, oh fuck, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's an obscene amount of money.
Yeah. Well, that's fuck you money.
No, it's get away
That's
with
even-
it's
That's
get away
higher
with
than
murder
fuck you
money.
Because
Yeah.
like I know guys with fuck you money who are still down to earth. Get away with murder money is a different fucking level.
Yeah.
That's like, let's buy an island and then run bums through the island and
Right?
stunt them.
That's get away with suicide money.
Yeah. Island of Dr. Moreau money. Fuck.
Well, did that answer your question, buddy?
What was the question?
It's college.
Oh,
worth it.
college,
The other thing
yeah.
is fucking YouTube. Jesus Christ. Like I went to film school, right? And I went to like one of the top 10 film schools in the world.
What the fuck?
There's
Eddie?
better information on YouTube about the current state of the industry than I learned at that school.
Yeah.
I am. I call myself a YouTube graduate.
Yeah. And then there's those masterclass things that you can drop like $79 on. And there's like all that, and they will teach you shit. Like
Yeah.
you will have a new skill at the end of it.
If your skill is what you need to be able to do is network yourself into the fucking job interview. If you can fucking wow them after that and get the job and you can do the job, then you're fucking set.
One thing too about the master classes Jazz was talking about is those are always taught by people that are currently that are
Right.
working, making a
They are
living
actively
in that
doing it.
That's
industry.
what you need. to
So
do.
it's like, yes, I know this is effective because I did this last quarter
No.
and it worked.
Yeah.
Now, is that true? Like, if I take the
Yeah.
master class from fucking Gordon Ramsay, granted, he used to, but now he's more of a media personality than a chef.
But he still
That's probably what
owns-
he's teaching.
You know, you're
is
right. It
media.
probably sucks. You should invite him over and go toe to toe with him in the kitchen.
Right?
See how you do.
Yeah, totally.
No, but so
well,
there's-
half his thing is how to fucking run a restaurant, which is a completely different fucking.
Well,
yeah.
that's
No, but a
true.
lot of that's applicable. That's all skill set. That's just asset management.
Well, yeah, a lot of it's asset management and project management. That's what it is. Like, I don't know.
Also, I think another thing is like you were saying apprenticeships, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like in a trade. Like I know a bunch of people,
Sure.
even around here in San Antonio, just in like the photography world, that will post in groups and be like, hey, if you're an up and coming photographer and you want to start your own business, I can offer you like a 6-week internship and kind of read.
It's
you
trial
into
by
this and
fire,
stuff.
man.
It's
You
funny
gotta
you
get
should
in.
say
You
that.
gotta
If there's
do
a
it.
photographer or a web designer or anybody out there who wants to do that and you're about to go to the military, check out the SkillBridge program and look at Hero Sports. We need somebody.
There you go.
So every time you see one of those posts, though, it's also the middle of fucking wedding season and they want a free assistant.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But they still get to come in and be like, oh, this is how like
Care
Build your
Not
portfolio.
Absolutely.
You gotta
Like-
build that portfolio.
like
Have something to show people.
Like I told my boy that's in the Coast Guard, you know, he mentioned to me when he first moved down there, I think he's changed interest now, but he's like, hey, I want to learn how to scuba dive. And he's like, I want to learn how to, you know, go some kind of fishing or whatever. Right. I said, well, that's cool. I said, go to the docks and just tell somebody that you'll work part-time for them for free. Like say, hey, for 2 months, I'll just do whatever you ask me to do.
Yeah.
And I guarantee if that's enough time to prove yourself, or they're going to either realize they need you, or you're going to know it's something you don't want to do, or it's something you really want to do. And then you're going to get an opportunity.
No,
But you know, like
that's a good way to look at it.
2 months of your life, like if there's something you're like, you don't need to do a trade, right? Like say you want to you just want to drive fucking yachts around, right? Well, you got to go put yourself in that environment and just offer yourself for free for a couple months.
Yeah.
You know
And,
who's a prime example
know-
of that is Drew.
Hmm.
So Justin's best friend growing up, and still best friend, Drew, I'm not going to shout all of his shit out, but Drew works for a very high end, and I mean a very high end restoration company for vintage cars
Yeah.
here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And he literally started there washing fucking cars.
Yeah.
And he wanted it. He loves being around cars and he loves making them look good. So he wanted to be a detailer. Well, but they deal with like $1 million cars. Well, you don't just take some kid and be like, yep, here you go. Here's this concourse level Ferrari. Like, so he got to wash stuff and move stuff around. And then he slowly got more responsibility and slowly got more responsibility. And now he runs that whole department. There's like people that answer to him. He's got championship cars that are out there that have won concourse, that have won all of this stuff because he started going like, I will make nothing and I will just wash cars.
Yeah.
But he stayed in it. And now he's 25.
He just turned 26.
Yeah. So, and has people underneath him, works for a world renowned restoration company, is around nothing but luxury cars all the time, just took on more responsibility for them.
Yeah.
And all he did was he showed up and was like, I'm really interested in this and I'll work for essentially nothing.
Yeah.
It originally started as a building his portfolio. He wanted to say that this major organization let me detail this Bugatti and this C-Class.
And it was literally just let me prove that I can and I'll try and find private clientele. And then that company did exactly what you said. Essentially went, no, you're not going to get private clientele.
Yeah.
You work for us now.
Yeah.
Like you're too invaluable. We're keeping
That
you.
is such a skill that is so lost. Making yourself needed.
Yeah.
Is putting yourself in a position where it's like I have given
I am the
you
single point of failure.
Yeah,
in the
like
company.
I give you so much upside that you're gonna go down if I leave.
Right.
Like people think that just because they're there, they are number one over everything. It's like no. You need to put yourself in a position to be that. You don't just get it because you got the job.
You know what apparently is a good trade to get into right now?
What's that?
Balloon piloting.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Because the U.S. military is currently, this is breaking news, as we sit right now, currently tracking another fucking balloon.
Round 2, baby.
Round 3. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Off of Hawaii, off the coast of Hawaii right now.
They'll probably shoot this one down quick.
They said they're not going to. And I'll tell you why they're not going to.
Nobody gives a shit about Hawaii.
Plus, because we everything that they're doing in these balloons, we're fucking watching. Like our technology's
We know
better.
everything they're seeing, and we're seeing where it's getting transmitted to.
And we're,
so it's just like,
we're like letting them have
Why don't we just
what we
live?
want them to have.
Why don't we just live stream gay porn to the fucking balloons?
Who says they
What
don't?
we gotta
Maybe
do is-
they need to be.
what they got to do
right?
is just hack it and stream it on Twitch. Just be like, here's what the balloon sees.
Right.
And just be like, look at that. Yeah, looks just like Google Earth.
Jez,
Like,
I'm gonna bring you back to your PSYOP day.
Huh.
All right, let's say you're the PSYOP guy in charge. They're like, "Hey, we got another balloon.
Mhm.
How do we fuck with them? What do you do? Like, this is your milieu, man. This is your trade, if you will.
If you can fucking
We need Goodyear.
How would you fuck with them?
Okay, so what you have to look at is what asset generation is that creating for the target.
Okay,
So obviously it's information collecting.
sure,
So now this is an avenue to start steering the belief structure within the target audience.
right.
So you start giving it information to start triggering
What kind of
action that you want.
information would you give?
what you want. At this point, I would probably start feeding it sympathetic information to where it's starting to look like totalitarianism is taking over here and they need this relief and and start making it sympathetic to whoever owns the balloon.
Chai comms.
About our populace,
About that, where it's sympathetic,
right?
and try to get them to start pushing information back that would support that sympathetic asset and then start pulling it back to where that is. So that now you actually have a target of opportunity instead of just, well, there's a balloon. Then I guarantee you somebody's already doing this because that is first grade level psyop of like, okay, we're getting information. We're now going to take that and re-inject it and see what the response we're going to get is.
Yeah,
That's step one.
I'm just sending them back one song over and over again. Tiptoe through the window.
That doesn't do anything. Then you just turn it off and you don't get any action after that. Like you just turn off the feed. And you're just like, okay,
Well,
this is all useless.
This being the fourth balloon they've sent at this point.
But this also
I'd be
gets
like,
into
Who gives a shit?
multiple levels of psyop operations. So you have white, gray, and black.
Yeah.
What I did, we weren't allowed to operate black. We could only do white and gray. So that was either information we claimed or information that we stuck out there and nobody claimed it. Black is literally you can put information out, say that somebody else is actually using that information and stuff like that. What I did, we weren't allowed to do that. That's when you have to get into like 3 letters. They're allowed to do all that kind of shit.
Sure.
We're not allowed to. But you also have to look at threat analysis. And to be honest with you, this low level tech of information gathering, you could Google more information than they're going to get off that fucking balloon. But
Yeah.
that shitty ass military, there's somebody sitting there going like, I have successfully infiltrated the U.S. airspace. And it's like, with a balloon. Like, we had a bigger problem with fucking drones in this country that just, like, I had. Like, to the point where the FAA was like, all right, we got to regulate this shit. Like, now they're sending a balloon. And it's like, okay.
It's like, dude, we do festivals surrounding that shit.
Anybody out there that's currently freaking out that maybe China has information, your fucking phone was made there.
It's true.
You know that smart thing and on your wrist and in your pocket
They're
and everything.
So much.
That's
Every time you do a stupid
listening
TikTok
to
video.
everything you do. It was made there.
How many times has your phone been like, when Siri pops up on your fucking phone and it's like, I didn't get that. You're like, I wasn't fucking talking to you. Yeah.
It's a good thing I'm retarded and they're just going to get disinformation from me.
Yeah.
Right. They're gathering information from me and they're like,
huh?
What?
Is this guy always drunk? Like, what is happening?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, clearly don't have to worry about that guy.
So, yeah. If they were that good at information gathering, it wouldn't have essentially been found out that all of their economic strength that they've been touting was all fucking fake. Like, they can't manage their own information. What do you think they're doing with yours?
Yeah.
I'm about to make a fucking booze snow cone.
Sweet.
They have those. It's great.
I'll show you. No, I don't think college is worth it.
Nah, me neither.
And as somebody that got part of it paid for by the military and all that kind of stuff, and I'm still $50,000 in debt because
if you're asking about
really?
Look.
Oh, you
military.
You Montgomery GI build. You didn't have post 9/11, huh?
No, I got everything. The thing is, that's great if you're just going to go to a state school.
Yeah.
I went to a private conservatory.
Well, I went to a private college and my shit was paid. Yellow Ribbon School though, a little different.
Yeah, I went to a private conservatory.
Yeah.
So I think all in you cap out at like 98,000 or something like that with all of the stuff. So yeah, my education was like 160 grand.
Yeah.
Now,
so
if you're talking strictly about education and applying the education you learn in college to a work skill, college is probably not worth it. Now, life experience and getting to party for a couple years after high school, like there's a little bit of value in that.
I would actually say if you are dead set on you're going to go to college, don't go at 18.
No, take your gap year, man.
Don't even go at 19. Go work for a while.
Yeah.
Go try shit out.
Join the military. Do fucking 4 years.
Or
it's fine.
Even if you don't, go work a slew of fucking 6-month jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go find something that you actually give a fuck about. And then maybe go study it.
I know at 18,
you don't know what the fuck
you know what you want
like
to do.
At 18.
You don't want to know.
And whoever your parents or your guidance counselor or one of us fucking chuckleheads say like, this is really where the money's at. And you believed the 15-second sales pitch. So you go fucking 200 grand in debt to go study it and only to find out that you fucking hate it. Like,
no, the other thing too is making it your fucking, once you do those fucking 3, 4, 5, 6 month jobs or whatever the fuck, make it your job. School is your job. Go in the summer. Don't fucking take summer off. Go in the summer, work another job. Fucking go. Get out of there for fucking in 2 years, 3 years.
By the way, if you go to the summer sessions, the 30-day summer sessions, they count as full semesters.
And
like you can take like 12 hours.
Oh, dude, I didn't
per summer session. You can cut 4 years down to like 2.5.
Dude, look up fucking adult programs too. A lot of them do fucking during the school semester. They do fucking it's mini mesters, and it's like you do. I was doing fucking 18
it's
credit
for
hours.
grown-ups who aren't retarded.
Yeah. Or the mid-mesters.
They make
the
it
winter
shorter.
shit when everybody goes on their 6-week break and
Fuck
the people
yeah.
that stay the extra 4 weeks and knock out another 12 hours.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
by the way,
I was
the
doing
courses
18 credit hours a semester,
the
and that's because it
courses
was
are
broken into
infinitely
3.
easier.
Oh, way easier.
Those 30-day courses where you go every day for an hour.
Oh, because the fucking
Oh my god! Because the professors are like,
They don't wanna
whatever.
be there
I'm here
either.
to make an extra
Dude, we
paycheck.
took a fucking-
they don't give a fuck.
They
I
don't
took a
do it for the
biology
extra
course
money.
where half of it in the summer session was a fucking canoe trip.
I believe that.
It was a fucking 3 credit day.
So what was, did it cover reproduction or what were you?
It was
It was the effects of beer on the body.
How many-
That was
Well,
the,
I went to a military school, so they kind of took some of this shit seriously.
How many genders did you guys study?
At that time, it was only 2.
What?
I know.
Has biology changed?
It has never changed.
Oh shit! Imagine that.
They
Weird.
know more.
Weird.
But it has never changed. There's
Weird.
only
What about
2.
those frogs that can switch genders?
We didn't get into those. I think we not even
West
dissected
African.
West African frogs.
By the way, I'm not making that up. There really is a frog that, depending on the population, they can switch genders.
That's true. There's fish that do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we took a canoe trip in Vermont, so there wasn't a lot of those fucking switching gender frogs, and that never came up.
It's because you weren't in West Africa.
No, I wasn't going to fucking West Africa.
I've only met switching gender people, not frogs.
Yeah, weird. Same.
I have a quick question for y'all, because that's one thing I think, Jazz, you said was get a whole bunch of different jobs. That's one thing. I've only had like 3 jobs in my whole life, and that's one thing that I'm like
3.
I've only ever had 3 jobs in my whole life,
and they were fucking lame. You worked on like a dry cleaner for a while.
Oh, 4. Yeah, I forgot about that one. It was
Well,
so lame.
You
I
learn
worked
how to
there for
fucking
years.
suffer.
You're not wrong.
Are you including like
dry cleaners? I worked for my dad, my prior employer, and then here.
And the military.
The military is
It was
That's a
definitely
job.
a part-time job.
Well,
but
Still a job.
yeah. But so yeah, I guess 5 then. But like I've had friends that it's like, dude, you've had like 4 different jobs this year, and that's just always blown my mind. What is some things y'all took away from that?
So I think, well, I had a real diverse work background because I went from Nebraska my freshman year, and then I lived in Mesa, Arizona for 2 years, and then back to Nebraska. So I went from like working on the farm to working in Smith's grocery store. I worked
grocery store.
I sold stereos and electronics at a big box store. I did telemarketing. I worked for my uncle on the feedlot. I worked at an auto shop, and this is all through high school.
Yeah.
I'm not even out of high school. Yeah, and then then when I went active duty, I delivered pizzas. I drove for Uber and Lyft. You know what I mean? Like I actually made more money as a PFC delivering pizzas than I did active duty Army.
Wow.
Part-time delivering pizzas, I made more money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point in time, because you were similar to my generation, we were making $400 a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like that's what a PFC man.
My
bro.
wife was irate the other day
I
because she
lived-
found out that there was organizations that show up on post and have like food boxes that soldiers can come and take that were like full of like groceries, and she was like, "The fuck is that?" And I was like, "You don't make enough money
Yes.
to buy fucking food."
Not with the family.
You remember
Not if it's so.
Like,
Yes,
food
Food
family.
insecurity
So
is a
literally-
real problem in the military.
You get those social security statements every now and then,
like
right?
E5 and below, dog. Like
My-
you don't make enough fucking money.
My first 3 years active duty with kids, I made less than $30,000.
Oh yeah.
It's bad.
Well, and she was blown. She was like,
One was
She was like,
22,000.
"How the fuck does our military
28,000?
can't
Like-
buy food?" And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, they view it as below E5, you shouldn't have kids, you shouldn't be married, you should live in the barracks, you should eat at the chow hall,
Yeah.
you shouldn't own a car,
Right.
like you should just be a soldier.
Yeah.
And they pay you enough to
Just do that.
just do that. And then when cell phones came along, they're like, "Oh, you can afford a cell phone, you're fine." And then the rest of that, you have enough money to go drink, and you're so fucking broke and depressed that the only thing you want to do is go fucking drink. So then one
I drank
motherfucker.
Meisterbrow for 2
Yeah,
years.
so some motherfucker has a 27% interest car, and
Natty
you figure
Light,
out
bro.
that you can put 9 people in a Mustang, and that's how you get to wherever the fuck you're going.
Yeah.
Natty Light used to be
That's
$5
literally,
a
but
30
that's how
rack.
they want it.
The PX. It was $5
The military
for a
was
30
not
rack.
designed for a family over below that line.
No, not
No, because families,
Not
until
if you
you're a step
wanted
and
it.
see or
families
higher.
are for
Yeah.
senior NCOs and officers.
Yeah.
And that's fucking it.
Yep. Yep.
And then that's why so many fucking young idiots get fucking married. Is because they look at that BAH check and they're like, "That's an extra $1,300 a month."
Well-
and I'm like, "Welcome to rent. Now
Yeah.
you're still
Yeah.
broke."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, because inflation.
Oh,
fucking
guess what
handles it.
diapers cost you a month, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, God forbid you fucking left one in her. Fuck. Yeah. Now you, because that's not getting covered. There's no BAH
Your
that
old lady
fucking
better be
covers that
fucking
shit.
riding that pole.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
I mean, you need 2 incomes.
Yeah.
You have to.
I had, and then like honestly, like
and she's 20 and
when-
dumb because she married you, so we
Yeah.
know she's an idiot.
Mhm.
when 2003 kicked off and I had to go fucking do war shit, right? I couldn't deliver pizzas anymore. It was hard to fucking live.
Whoa! But you got that $100 a month hazardous duty pay.
It was
But-
$500.
Yeah,
It was
right.
$500.
$500.
$250 a fucking
Holy
family member.
shit.
Tax free.
Tax free.
Tax free. It's nice of the fucking IRS to give us a fucking little bit of a break while we're getting shot at.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking, I don't know, man.
I just pictured Scott over there getting his has duty pay, and he's like doing the math of like pizzas to like how much he's getting paid.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
When I had to deploy, we were like, fuck.
I'm with it, man. Like,
I've lost half my fucking income.
I almost, because I had a fucking second job the entire time, all 15 years of my career. And just like you, man, I did the pizza delivery thing for a brief period of time.
That's why there's so many military bartenders.
I worked at fucking Blockbuster. Yeah. I worked at Blockbuster, bitch. Fucking, I worked at U-Haul hooking up trailers and shit for a while. And then I got into being a door guy. And then I noticed that all the money was behind the bar. So I was like, well, I'm going to learn how to be a bartender. And that's why I moonlit as a bartender for as long as I did. And that's pretty much what I did the rest of my career. But it's because fucking, you're right. I would walk with fucking $500 a goddamn night on a Saturday, as a bartender. Dude, that's fucking.
And that's a quarter of the month's pay.
That's a quarter of my fucking check,
It
man.
was not uncommon to know enlisted guys that were paying all their bills with their second job. And their military salary was their spending money. That was the...
my wife and
Dude, I hired officers. I hired officers as door guys in Pendleton.
Yeah.
I had two captains. They were twin brothers. They were recon guys, and they fucking they worked for me. They worked, because one of them broke my mirror. I did tell you that story. Fucking he fucking got drunk as shit. He fucking elbow dropped the mirror on my truck one time, and I fucking choked him out. Fucking, but I hired them, and when I asked them, I was like,
officers are the fucking
I was like,
worst.
you're fucking captains. Why do you guys want this? And they're like, spending money, bro. Like fucking spending money.
So I did it for 6 months until I got fucking busted.
Yeah.
And my literally
Yeah,
fucking
my
fucking idiot buddies from on the battalion, they're like, hey man, you working tonight or are you working tonight at Rusty's, or are you gonna this is at Fort Riley? And I wasn't even like shh. And my company commander's like, working? What is it you do? I'm like, well, I'm a door guy. I've been a door guy since I was a fucking freshman in fucking college. And that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to sling drinks eventually, but that's kind of what the route was.
Yep.
And I think I walked out, and if I worked both like a Friday, Saturday, it's like $600 because this place was fucking slammed at K-State. So they were fucking, it was a ton of cash, and it was all cash. Oh, you can't do that. And that was the end of that shit. I'm like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Plus,
that was the big thing. They were like, can I have this job and not tell my fucking on-base employer? These motherfuckers didn't even know I was enlisted. They just thought I was their boss at their second job. Yeah. And I was like,
any other fucking company commander, it would have been fine. But this guy was a douche. So it wouldn't have fucking mattered. But the other company commanders in the battalion would come through, the single ones were like, hey man, what's up? I'm like, hey man. And then they fucking go in.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. So you gotta, but like any of my guys who came in and like, hey, I need you to sign off on I work at Lowe's. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, I know you need the money.
Go hustle.
Yeah. Like, do what you gotta do.
What was your first job?
My
first job you ever had?
I did a paper route.
You had a paper route?
Yeah. So I went for paper route to there was a store in downtown Amesbury, Mass, that needed somebody to like fix their, like, the guy had just taken over, and there's a huge basement and organized the basement. So I did that like way faster than they wanted it done. So then they put me on the cash register. That was a shit show. It was an old school cash register. Me trying to fucking make change wasn't working. So then I like bagged groceries. And then from there, my dad's like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to bartend and bar. And so I bartended, did all of that shit. I worked through college, bouncing and bar backing and bartending. I did all of that shit constantly. I delivered, I think I came back from infantry school or squad leaders course, and all the jobs, because it was school, all the jobs were taken. So I worked in a factory as a quality control guy for like Bic. I had to make sure it said fucking Bic on the razor. And I was like, I lasted a week. I was like, I can't do this. I delivered chicken at this fucking place, which was a fucking cool job because it was all chicks in the fucking place. And then my dad's like, all right, I'm like, I'll go work at the beach and sling drinks at Hampton Beach. Yeah. And that's what I ended up fucking doing. Yeah. So
I was a bus. My first job was a busboy.
Yeah. Like you gotta, I
was a cashier at Walmart.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
That was my very first job.
You had the blue vest.
That's actually not true. My very first job, I was 14 and getting paid under the table. And this restaurant doesn't exist anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I was 14. I was getting paid under the table as a maitre d' at a 4-star dining in downtown San Antonio.
Yeah. And
it was my summer gig. So
I was 14 as a busboy, but I was court ordered to have the job. That's why I was able to work at 14.
my parents are divorced, and I was living with my dad, but I'd spend the summers with my mom.
Yeah.
And she was the GM at the restaurant, and the owner really liked me. So I was there, and I was like, I need to make money. So I was a maitre d', I was a maitre d'. It wasn't just a host. Like I was supposed to like go to the tables and be like, how's the night going? And da. And so I was getting paid by them, but then all the servers had to tip me out.
Nice.
So I was like 14.
That's where you make your money.
Running the maitre
is the
d'.
tip out.
But I was walking away with like 200 a night.
Yeah.
At 14.
Because every server's got to tip you a percentage.
Oh my God. It was amazing.
Hell yeah.
And that's when I was like, dude, the service industry is where money's at. And then, but the problem was,
now that you own a bar, do you still believe that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And but then I turned 16 and I got my license, and I got my car, and the whole service thing meant I was gonna have to be there late, which means I couldn't make it to where the races were. So then I got a regular job because I was at Walmart, and then I went from Walmart to Sears Hardware when Sears Hardware was still a thing.
Sure.
But all that shit builds fucking character, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
And then I went from there to Woodworkers Warehouse. That's not true. I worked at Burger King for 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days at Burger King. I was like, no fucking way. There's no
That,
fucking
that was
way.
like the factory
You're
job.
my buddy Mike that I got a job at McDonald's in high school. He worked there for one fucking shift. And he was like, nope.
The only reason I made it 2 days was the first day was sit in the back and watch videos. Like all the training,
And the
those
second day
fucking,
was
and
like,
they had to come and
excellent,
keep
do it.
swapping the fucking VHS tape out
Right,
for the
yep.
next fucking video.
Yep.
And then I worked one shift on the line, and I was like, fuck
You're
this.
insane.
Yeah.
And then I went to work for a place called Woodworkers Warehouse, and that was I was there for a while. That was the rest of my high school was working, but we sold like big fucking power tools,
Yeah.
like 5 horsepower Delta unisaws, and all the jet tools and all that kind of stuff. But I like woodwork, so I got to run demos and sell these giant tools. And
A lot
shit.
of kids don't anymore. I mean, a lot of those jobs now are taken by adults because of the way the economy
That was the other
is.
thing is
Yeah.
Woodworkers Warehouse had a commission,
Yeah, I worked for commission.
so I was making hourly
electronics.
plus commission on what I could sell.
See, I actually never had a commission-based job. Thank God.
Well, when you sell a
Yeah,
$4,000 table saw and you're 17 and you get 3%, you're like,
Fuck yeah.
fucking hell.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I bought all of my car parts.
Yeah.
Was I was slinging power tools during the day.
It's funny, like Michelle and I were laughing. My vehicle now costs more than my house did when I was in the military. I bought my house for $65,000.
Get the fuck out of here.
From our first house, Now it's
yeah.
probably worth 200, but
Yeah.
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 If you want to be a slum loader, fucking.
But
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying is like
Yeah.
all those jobs we just
I'm
listed
in my
and shit
first
like
house.
that. Like
So.
Brand new house. I
when
paid
you get out of high
65
school,
grand.
go work
Damn.
shit, especially if you can find anything that will let you get away from home. Like some fucking contract gig where you get to go for 4 or 5 months and do something.
Yeah,
and
don't
like,
shy away from
go have some
travel, man.
fucking
Yeah,
experience.
if
don't
I-
shy away from travel. Get
If
out
I
there.
could
Fucking do
go
it.
give myself advice, like go back in time, give myself advice, I'd be like, get a cruise ship job.
Mhm.
Sure.
Get go work for some fucking boat captain.
You're going to work your ass off.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to go into maritime security.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yes.
Dude, I wanted to do fucking maritime security so bad, man. When I was a contractor, I was like, dude, I want to go on
Yeah.
the maritime
Now
side.
Scott is the exception to
Because
this
you're
rule.
in fucking board shorts, like with an AK and shit, and you're fighting pirates. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
How do I get on a go fast boat and fucking and tan fucking shorts? And
Right.
fucking tan
Scott's the
That's
exception
the
to this
job I
rule
want.
when I'm saying go find jobs, go travel, go do shit. That chick that you love from high school, no, you don't.
No, you don't. You think you do.
You don't.
You don't.
Like, go fucking do shit. Don't be like, I'm going to sacrifice all of this because of her. No, you don't. You don't even know who you are, let alone who the fuck she is. Like,
Don't make life-changing decisions till you're 25.
Yep.
On average.
yep.
On average. There are some exceptions to the rule. There's one sitting behind the table over
He's
there.
old enough. He's 25.
But he's made life-changing decisions prior to being 25. Like,
Yeah, but the
this-
amount of research he does before he does that shit
Like I
is
said, there are exceptions to the rule, and he
So
is
you've
one.
you've done a background check.
what I love about him. He
Now
knows
we're
who
flying by the seat of our pants on that one. man.
he
She's
knows
taking the chance too, though.
he
Yeah,
knows
it's
who
very
to go
true.
to for advice. So like,
But he's under 25, and he's you've owned your own home for what, fucking 2 years now?
3.
pushing
3
3
years?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a fucking huge thing, man.
He
Like,
knows
that's
what
huge.
equity is.
He
I
calls
was-
all the right people though, because he's like, hey, I'm just thinking about doing this, that, and the other. And like, he'll call me about some stuff that he's going to do. And not everything now. You've gotten far more independent.
At this point, I'm kind of like, fucking send it, boys.
Well, at 25, that's about the time. It's like I cut the tits.
But before that,
Cut the
before
tits
that,
off,
he would
man.
call
Like,
these people. And every time I'd hang up with him or if you'd talk to somebody else or whatever, and I was like, I love how you're calling all the people that fucked this up. that are just like,
That's the people I want to know from.
because now we're all old enough to go like, oh no, don't do that. Like that's
Hey,
I did
Justin,
it. It was
I
a
have
bad
fucked up
fucking idea.
everything.
To
You
be-
can fucking call me anytime, bro.
To be
I'll give
old
you-
and
give it to you straight,
wise,
dude.
you must first be
Absolutely.
young,
Young
and
and dumb.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. No,
Yep.
but like when I got the house, I was fucking terrified because I was like, this
You
is
should be.
this is my this is
It's a scary fucking
Dude, I
thing
think you
to
called
do.
me like 4 times a day during that
100%,
process.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to you at work
oh, absolutely.
at our last job. I was
Yeah.
sitting next to you, and fucking you and I would talk about it all the fucking
Absolutely.
time.
I was
Like,
fucking terrified.
But you made all the right calls. It was
'Cause the
new
last-
construction. It was inexpensive. No closing costs. No nothing. Like
every time
Was
I
it
talked,
new construction?
yeah, we're the first ones in there.
Fucking A.
That was the same with my $65,000 house.
it was brand new
And when
construction.
you move, don't fucking sell that place. Be a
No,
slumlord,
dude,
bro.
rent it, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
Rent it
I
the
wish
fuck out.
I would have got that
We're
advice.
right in between like Randolph and we're not too far from Fort Sam. So.
You know what you do is you just rent that motherfucker to somebody that's at Randolph for
Dude,
pilot
when you're
school.
fucking ready to go, I mean, you can get on base, but if not, I'll drop your fucking thing off, which we're doing with our
That'd be-
house.
yeah.
Just drop your shit at
That's
the
what-
housing
You
thing.
use Moni, right?
Yeah, that's who we went through.
Moni is literally like the military fucking renter,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
realtor in the fucking area.
No, drop it
Dude,
at
like, that's
Randolph
your
because
girl.
what you get, it's all those officers that go out there that are there for 9 months to 12 months for pilot school,
Mhm.
and you rent it to some fucking officer that's
Yep.
barely going to be there.
Yep.
And
Leave it
but
furnished
You know
and
exactly
buy all
what
brand
it's
new shit.
fucking. You know what it's
and their
fucking
command
BAH is.
line and their command line's going to come make sure that house clears before they fucking leave.
See, that's
too.
what I want.
So
recourse.
If we do it, I'm
You
gonna be
want
like, I
recourse.
want your first line
Yep.
leader because if you fuck around, I know where you work.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
I know who's in charge
but
of you.
they're
at
going to
work.
Fuck
come.
yeah.
But his command line's going to come clear that house. So
Exactly.
every time they
That's
leave,
where property managers fuck up because they don't do that. Because a lot of people will just hire a property manager to fucking like, hey, watch my shit for me and you handle everything and I just
They
collect the check.
Yeah.
10%.
But they don't know about all that shit. That's why if I ever fucking rent my house, I'm gonna be my own fucking property
Goddamn
manager,
right.
man.
Oh,
Like I'm gonna be like, no.
that's already the plan on this new one because of where it's located. You
Fuck
can get to
yeah.
Fort Sam or Randolph within
Yep.
15 minutes from my house.
Boom.
And it's just going to be like when we move out, because we're not going to be in it for the rest of our lives.
Sure.
I'm not selling it. And I'm just going
No.
to rent it. And every time we get an application, I'm just going to look for rank and just be like,
Yep.
Know what your BAH is, know what the fucking thing is, and then you have
does
recourse.
it say E7 or O2 and higher? Fucking
Yeah.
groovy. You get like,
Boom.
O2 is pretty generous.
Well, their BAH isn't.
I mean, yeah.
15.6.
Their BAH is
Yeah.
E7 BAH, right? It's the same BAH as a fucking
Probably like
gunny,
15.
I believe.
it's not their
15
ability
here.
to pay for it. It's how they're going to maintain the property.
Yeah.
That's why I said O2 is a little generous. If you,
But most of those guys will be
Bump
here for
that.
training.
yeah, that's true. If you're a pilot, you're not completely you're not a fucking infantryman for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. So
That's what my buddy Dave did. He had a fucking fat ass
Well, and
house
there's
in
no
Shirts
grunts here.
when
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
going through flight school at fucking Randolph. He had a fat ass house in Shirts, and he shared it with like 3 other pilots, and fucking. It was literally like a military fucking
Flop house,
rental.
essentially. But
That's
they're-
what it was.
And they're never there.
Never.
Like you're never there. You're in class all the time, and then they all just hang out
And then
after the
none
fact.
of
They
them-
needed a place to
None
sleep.
of them have pets.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about pets getting fucking up shit. None of them have fucking like like
and if they're
baggage.
married, it's hardship TDY. So
So their wives aren't
they're-
even there.
Nobody's there.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, that's the plan.
It is. Yeah. Fuck. Dude, I live in Cibolo. Trust me. This has been my plan forever. And like since I learned that fucking Cibolo is essentially a military retirement community / fucking like barracks fucking community for pilots, basically.
It's like I met one of the neighbors for the new house, and he's a retired command sergeant major. And I was like, fucking nailed it.
Yep.
That's how it is, man.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Be a
Well,
slumlord.
doesn't the fucking former sergeant major, like the 12th sergeant major of the Marine Corps, live in your neighborhood? I believe.
Hey, could you hand me some of
So,
that snow cone powder?
General Gray's fucking. Yes.
General Gray, sergeant major.
Sergeant Major, which I can't remember what the fuck that guy's name is.
12th,
he lives up
11th
there
or
near-
12th.
He lives up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got, you get all those guys, man. So you get recourse if they fuck up the thing. I mean, egregiously. Otherwise, with
No,
the rental
no, I
house, you're
get
just
it.
going to have to repaint. I mean, we don't have.
Right, I've got to replace paint or patch some hole. Like that's
Yeah,
fine.
fine.
Like
Yeah. Moving on. Yeah. So be a slumlord. Buy property early.
Well, the current sergeant major of the Marine Corps used to be my first sergeant. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you, Black. You're a fucking asshole.
that's racist.
His name's Sergeant Major Black. He's white, but he's a fucking asshole.
Can I get that black, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I brought it.
Yeah. just goes down so smooth.
It's so fucking good, dude. It's
Well, boys,
so fucking good.
what did
Yeah.
we learn today?
Don't go to college. Go have experiences.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Thanks for answering my question, boys.
Like I don't know if I would say it
And
like
make sure your
that.
significant other can ride the pole, especially if you're.
Hey,
Do you know why
have to-
nobody wants to say that? Because you have a college degree. And it's like, no, it was totally fucking worth it. And I was like,
Overstreet.
Mikey, how much have you been using your college degree?
Oh, my degree, my undergrad degree in criminal justice.
Yeah, you're not
a fucking whole bunch.
It
Tell you
turns
what.
out you're not a cop, so,
Like,
or anything.
how about my fucking master's in criminal justice leadership? Well, I'm not a fucking warden of a goddamn prison, so it's, I'd say not much.
I used mine for a little bit,
for a bit,
and now I sell fucking games.
right? Like, what's your degree in?
History and English.
Okay,
Nailed it.
fucking boom.
Yeah, but that was just a commission route.
I got a certificate.
right?
Yeah, I
like
wanted
that
to
was
know
the
his-
plan.
I wanted to be a history major, so I knew history. It had nothing to do with. I mean, I
Right,
went to
but-
fucking military.
just-
But
He-
the plan was to commission.
Commission,
Like,
yes, it always was.
He
Exactly.
knew he wasn't going to be great at barbecue, so he was like,
Yeah.
Right, but going for the purposes of commissioning is essentially the equivalent of doing the journeyman.
Like a
thing.
lot of guys that go to
it's-
my school go to CJ. CJ is the easiest one. Plus, you get to go internship with like the marshals and DEA, so you get to go do cool shit, and then you get a fucking commission.
Right, your plan was it was never I'm going to leave college and then go get this job doing this great thing. It was no, I'm going to go be an
I'm
officer.
going to be a history fucking professor now. That was
See,
No.
my college, you could either do an internship or do 45 hours of community service.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Satmar.
Well, my PO already said that I needed to fucking do all this.
Fucking jammed my own fucking 45 hours. I was like,
See, I think it's unfair though because I cook, but I don't. I mean, barbecue, like high tech barbecue. Like I don't.
well,
like,
you're friends with John. Like, you don't need to be good at barbecue.
I
You
don't.
should have friends that are good at barbecue.
I do a fucking phenomenal steak. Other than that, it's all Italian.
Oh my god, I thought I gave somebody an aneurysm during that big event I just had at my store 2 weeks ago. So the guy owned a barbecue restaurant, competition barbecue guy. He's like, well, I did this, that, and the other. I was like, fucking waste of time. He was like, what? And I was like, why am I going to spend 48 hours to make a cheap piece of meat when I could just pull up to a barbecue restaurant and fucking eat it right now?
I could buy a Traeger,
And
it
he
does
was
it all
like,
for you.
well, no, you could do this. I was like, no, I have a smoker. I have all that. I can. Thing is, I'm not going to take a garbage piece of meat.
Because that's
it's been-
what brisket is.
It's cheap ass meat.
It's cheap brisket.
It's only
cheap-ass
expensive
meat.
now because it's become trendy to make it.
Yeah.
It is cheap fucking
It's
meat.
not
Yes.
a good piece of meat.
No piece of meat should only be delicious after 48 hours of fucking with it.
Yeah. It should be fucking
Because I can
3
go buy
minutes aside, man.
I can go buy I can go buy a good steak and in 8 fucking minutes I'm going, this is fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And I was like, or I can fucking pull into Rudy's and they just square my ass away right fucking now.
and then I'm
God,
done.
you pulled out
I
the
don't even have
gas
to clean
station
up.
barbecue.
Yeah.
You
And he
did
was
hurt
like,
his soul.
No. I was like, oh, what are you going to tell me about all of your steak? And I wrapped it and then I put it in a cooler and then I took it out of the cooler and then I massaged it and then I read it Goodnight Moon and then I put it back in the fucking thing. It was like,
No,
it's a fucking waste of time, man. Like I can just go buy the shit and then I'm done.
dude, they like to hang around because
I-
they can drink. That's why they
I
do
used
it.
to know Goodnight Moon by heart.
I'm sure you did.
From all the barbecue I
Jazz,
did.
all I heard in that whole rant was, I own a business now. That's all I heard.
I don't have
I
time.
appreciate it. Like, nobody's got time for this bullshit.
Nobody can do it.
My free time, I like to sit and think
Do
about nothing.
Do nothing.
Just shut off for 5 minutes.
I had to buy a whole nother fucking vehicle so I could just not think about things. Like it was just, if I think while I'm on this, I die.
Dude.
So
That's why I skydive.
yeah. You're focused.
Yeah.
It would be too easy
I'm
not
by
to
myself.
fucking.
There's no one
By
else there.
myself
I'm
is
by myself.
myself.
It
It's the
would
only
be-
time I'm truly alone, and it's fucking great. All right?
I'm
It's
afraid I would
fucking
enjoy
great.
it too much for too long.
Oh, so good.
Scott's afraid he just won't pull the
Yeah.
ripcord and be like, I'm just gonna
Scott's
go
like,
in. I'm
This
I'm
is
not gonna-
awesome.
I'm not going to feel shit. It's like this.
gonna face.
It's gonna
to the
be over
fucking-
so fast. Nobody gives a fuck. That's why you have an AED. Automatically fucking shoot your
You
reserve.
just
and you're
flip
like,
over so you don't have to see it coming.
I wonder how many times I could get that to deploy before they like, you're done, sir.
Once.
Once?
Really?
Maybe twice.
I bet I could get 3.
If you did it twice, no.
I bet I could get 3.
They'll be on to you pretty quick.
They'd be on to you quick. They're like, this guy's just trying to kill himself.
Because they wouldn't see you flailing. They wouldn't see you flailing. You'd just be like,
Scott's like AAD. Clip, clip, clip. Fuck you.
Like what kind of maneuvers?
Now,
is it?
granted, you do get to open up at like $5,000, which is more than enough fucking feet to kill you. Like your first fucking few times if you do AFF, like they might even pull your fucking thing if you don't.
Oh,
Right? They'll pull it for you, so you're under canopy. But you're at like $5,000 or $6,000.
not if you pull theirs first.
True, very true. But you're under. My point is that you're under canopy. Just fucking unhook.
Right.
Just fucking unhook.
Just thunk.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the rest of your life to worry about it.
Right.
Fuck it.
Then we just put you in a bucket. You're gonna be good.
Like fuck off. I'm
He
trying,
ain't gonna
trying to
jump
enjoy this.
no more. Anyways, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Wellness.us. Freedom Friends 25, quarter off your order. Freedom Friends 10 over at ictech.com and our affiliate link, which is down there for grill your ass off.
Also,
Otherwise, boys,
real quick, if you made it this far, comment down below. Let us know what your first job was.
yeah,
We want to know.
I'm
If you had
curious.
some cool, if you had some lame.
Your first job and how old you were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if that way we can judge
And if
you
it was
better.
court ordered like mine,
Yes.
sometimes it is.
That's the most important part.
You got to pay restitution if you fucking crash a car that you borrowed. Shit happens. So, I mean, the shit happens.
Don't steal cars.
I highly recommend you don't do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Again, talk to an older person who's already fucked it up. I learned that lesson at like 13, man. Fucking, but I'm going to raise my glass. I'm going to say thanks for being my freedom friend. You got enough to
Fuck whiskey.
fuck it. Cheers, boys.
Christ. Yeah, rough. Fuck.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Shoot your beard tied up there.
Oh, is it too fucking far for your pinky to reach?
Ha ha. Funny guy.
Jim thought we were going to have back-to-back episodes where we don't mention it.
Earlier, he knocked on the thing, and I was like, dude, what happened? Did you hurt your pinky? I almost did it. I almost did.
When he was talking about making change, I was like, at least you can count the halves.
Right? You already got 50s. Fuck.
You're raping size. Just fucking remember that. Right now.
It's not rape if you're asking for it.
That's truth. Truth. Three little things, guys. They're not hard to fucking learn. Potential spam.
Yeah.
If it was Canada, I was going to answer it and just be like, fuck you and hang up. Fucking.
They're not even nice anymore up there. It's fucking
Well,
infected.
the fucking one that calls him, he's got it coming to him. And there's a GoFundMe coming. So those of you on the Facebook group, there is a GoFundMe that has been set up officially by good old Neil McNally to raise funds for me to fly to Buffalo. And I'm going to rent a car and I'm going to drive the 2.5 hours to Quinn's fucking house. And I'm going to tattoo his ass cheeks with whatever the fuck I want. It's going to be funny. So
Did he give you permission to do
he
this?
sure did.
Oh, I was just say
He sure did.
Like if I thought
That is
maybe
just confirmation of idiocy.
Yeah.
Like, I love you to death.
I just want to go. I want to skydive Niagara Falls, and it gives me a
Like-
reason to go to Buffalo.
Like, I would literally go help you hide a body.
yeah,
You ain't fucking tattooing me.
right.
Like,
Like, no. Have you ever seen me draw? It's like I have Down syndrome and I'm eating chicken wings. It's fucking just everywhere.
I've seen you try to walk a straight line. I'm not fucking
Like-
no.
These knees and ankles ain't what they used to be, man.
I don't know. Stop. Keep recording. I want to know what the tattooing and the chicken wings from your perspective have to do with it. You being Downs and eating chicken wings at the same time, just because.
It's just complex. It's way complex for a guy with Downs,
It
man.
means
It's a lot.
the ink is going to be all over.
Yeah.
Because it's like sticky and
trying
kind
to-
of shit all over your hands.
It's
him
gonna be
trying to
everywhere.
draw.
Okay, I just wanted to know from your point of view. I got it, but I
Think
just
of a
wanted
toddler with a crayon. That's going to be what my tattoo looks like.
to. Okay, well,
Like, it's gonna be
I got
terrible.
it. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Unless it's a dick, which is more than likely going to be a dick. Let's be real.
Oh my
It's
God.
probably going to be a dick.
Okay, fucking
I'm probably going to
kill the pain.
I'm going to tattoo a dick.
Jesus.
Anyways, three little things. Not hard at all. Jim,
Smoke on.
Jazz,
Drink on.
God damn it, kids.
Free to the fuck on.
Later.
Jesus.